What's up guys, my name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing something a little different here. Decibel by Azzaro, a fragrance for men. This video is sort of a response to Incense video where he basically brought this up as one of the worst men's fragrances of all time. So inspired by that, I went and bought the fragrance myself, so I actually got it for $19. Now, the fragrance must have been so unpopular at Priceline, where I purchased this from, that they actually gave me the tester bottle for free. And it's still about, I would say, 95% full. Obviously, because it's a tester, it's not the cleanest bottle, but I gave it a bit of a clean. And yeah. So, according to the bottle, Decibel is an oriental electric fragrance with notes of green mandarin, licorice, and tonka bean. So on paper, that sound, or on glass I should say, that sounds like a pretty enticing fragrance. Let's just have a spray. The Atomizer is weak and weird, and don't get me started on the bottle design. It's pretty cringeworthy. However, I have seen some posts online from people saying that they like the design of this bottle. Let me know in the comments below if you're one of those people, although I don't imagine you will be. I don't get much, if any, of the citruses, but what I do get is a rich, heavy incense fragrance. Some people online have compared it to how the interior of a church smells, or even a funeral home. I do get a bit of that vibe actually. It is a dark fragrance, but that darkness is presented in a slightly bright manner, probably thanks to some of those citrus notes at the top, even though to my nose they're not too present. This is already, I can pretty safely say this is definitely not the worst fragrance I've ever smelled. That Dracar Noir cologne the other day is by far much worse than this. But if we're talking about like fragrances that are made from respected fragrance houses and designers, etc., I still don't get it. I mean, I've smelled cool water flankers that smell worse than this. I've smelled CK fragrances that smell worse than this. I understand that I have a slight bias towards darker fragrances, but I just don't get the hate for this. It does have a heavy vanilla note as well, so sort of like the Two Fragrances for Life video that I did yesterday, I can see this really appealing to fans of thick vanilla fragrances. Man, honestly, I really enjoy this fragrance, and it doesn't smell nearly as terrible as I thought it was going to. In terms of when you would want to wear this is definitely a cold weather fragrance, so we're talking about autumn and winter. I would wear it day or night, but I think most people would probably classify this as a nighttime fragrance. Now, as far as compliments go, I don't know how this one's going to be received. I asked my girlfriend if she liked the fragrance, and she was sort of umming and ahhing over it. She couldn't decide whether or not she liked it or disliked it, but she did say she didn't want me to wear it. So maybe that's leaning more towards a no. I will also say that she said it reminded her of something else, but she couldn't quite put her finger on it. I think it honestly depends on your circle and whether or not you're just going to wear it for yourself, because I, on the other hand, really enjoy this fragrance. And I can also smell the fragrance throughout the house, even though I've only sprayed it a few times. So silage is probably impressive on this one as well. Anyway, as far as whether or not this is the worst fragrance of all time, I just don't see it. I mean, obviously this is going to be heavily dependent on what you prefer and how you like your fragrances. But to my nose, this is a really nice fragrance, and I just don't get the hate. Anyways, let me know what you think of Azzaro Decibel in the comments below. Have you ever worn it before? Do you hate it as well? And until my next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.